back to another video on my channel, and just like that, match day 4 of the AFCON 2023 qualifiers ends. It comes so quick and it ends so fast. So with just 2 match days to go, we now know 7 of the 24 teams that will be participating at the 2023 African Cup of Nations. They are, of course, Ivory Coast's the hosts. They'll be joined by Algeria, Morocco and Tunisia, as well as Senegal, Burkina Faso and South Africa. So 7 of the 24 are known. Massive congratulations to South Africa. They won at the last edition. It's great to see them back. So let's go right back to March 26th. We had Zambia go to Lesotho and win, although it wasn't actually played in Lesotho, it was played in South Africa. 2 goals for Patson Daka. Zambia looking very, very good under Avram Grant, the former West Ham manager. Looks like they're going to qualify. Comoros need an absolute miracle because, of course, Ivory Coast in that group qualify whatever they do. Even if they finish below bloody Lesotho, they still qualify because they're the hosts. A bit silly, I know. So Zambia, thanks to Daka, in control. 9 points, 3 wins out of 4 in the group. They need 1 point in match day 5 to confirm qualification. Sierra Leone turned things around. They'll be fuming they didn't win the first game. They won the second game against Sao Tome and Principe, albeit the game happened in Agadir in Morocco. So they're up to 5 points. Still not enough yet for Sierra Leone. It's going to be a massive game when they face Guinea-Bissau later on. But it's going to be tough for them, but they've certainly put themselves in the mix and given themselves an opportunity. What a match day it's been, both match days, for Central African Republic. Back-to-back wins. Another brace for Mafuta, the guy playing in France. They beat Madagascar 2-0. All of a sudden, it's looking a bit sticky for Angola. They drew at home to Ghana. Once again, they took the lead for a Luka João penalty, formerly of Portugal. Central African Republic, as it stands, will be going to their first ever Africa Cup of Nations. They're on 7 points. They're only 1 point from top spot Ghana. Kondogbia captaining that side very well. Mafuta is in hot form. Angola going to need to really up their game. It's going to be really interesting from that group because, of course, Ghana could falter as well. We don't know what they're going to be like under Chris Hughton. But Ghana drawing away to Angola. Central African Republic beating Madagascar twice. Ghana, the Central African Republic and the Angolans in a 3-way tussle for just 2 spots. There's just 3 points separating the 3 sides. This is going to be a fascinating end to the group. Personally, I'd love to see the Central African Republic qualify for their first ever tournament. Congo Brazzaville beat South Sudan away. I have to say, it was hard done by again. It was another last-minute winner. That game wasn't really again in South Sudan. It was in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam. Congo and Gambia now level on points in that group because Gambia, with a fantastic win against Mali, have put themselves right back in the mix. Congo Brazzaville and Gambia locked on 6 points each. Mali haven't officially qualified yet as top of the group. And South Sudan, with 3 points from 4 games, they're not out either. They're only 3 points from a qualification spot. Nigeria managed to turn it around. They beat Guinea-Bissau in the return fixture. The penalty from Moses Simon. They're still unconvincing. Since they lost to Algeria in Oran the back end of September, Nigeria losing 4 of the last 5. Not looking good. Of course, we know Algeria beat Niger. It was only 1. It should have been 3. Algeria confirming their qualification, as we revealed earlier on in the week, with 12 points out of 12. Sudan, massive win at home to Gabon. That is huge. It puts Sudan in with a shout. It's not a great Gabon. I tell you, it's not a great Gabon. I don't know how they're still top. It just shows you what this group's like. There's only 3 points separating all 4 teams in Group I. The Gabon, Sudan, Mauritania, DR Congo group. It's fascinating. Anyone can still finish top. Anyone can still finish last. The group with Guinea and Egypt looks a lot more clear now. Guinea and Egypt won both their games. Guinea beat Ethiopia away. Egypt thumped Malawi 4-0. So Egypt and Guinea both on 9. They both only need a point each. If they draw to each other, they're both through. Malawi and Ethiopia looks like 2 teams who both made the previous edition are going to be missing out on the next one. I have to say, I've been a long advocate about this for a while. Do not sleep on the Egyptians. Egypt literally got to the final last time and lost on pens. And then they were unlucky that they got Senegal in the World Cup qualifiers. Also lost on pens, including beating Senegal 1-0 at home. You know, pens is a lottery. They are in inspired form. And they look very good under Rui Vitória. Marmoush, Mo Salah, Zizou, Mustafa. I'm telling you now, they're going to do something. They're going to do something. don't rule out the Egyptians. Why are they not the best in North Africa right now? Because to me, they look fantastic. They look absolutely fantastic. Equatorial Guinea beat Botswana away from home in a cracking game. It's not good news for Libya because Equatorial Guinea need just one more point to secure their qualification. Of course, the team that ended Algeria's 35-game unbeaten run, the only Spanish colony in Africa. They got to the quarter-finals at the last AFCON, so we shouldn't be ruling them out either. Tunisia have qualified, though, with a 1-0, very tight 1-0 win away to Libya. Equatorial Guinea need just a point to confirm that. Eswatini, what a missed opportunity for them. Lost at home to Cape Verde, but the real story is they missed a penalty. And if they'd scored that, they may well have gone on to win that game. Eswatini will be kicking themselves. This is probably the biggest chance they've ever had of qualifying for the competition, the first since being renamed from Swaziland. Cape Verde with 7 points now, the 5-point gap to Eswatini and Togo. They're looking very, very confident indeed. Now, what about this for the story of the week? Namibia 2, Cameroon 1. Cameroon, they couldn't go, well, they did go to Bleeder and win. On the 1-year anniversary of that, they lose in Johannesburg to Namibia. That is embarrassing from Cameroon. It's still Rigobert Song in charge. You had the likes of Abubakar scoring, playing, all the big guns there. Shalulile for Namibia, he looks in inspired form up front. Of course, he plays, I think, in South Africa. And the game was in South Africa. Namibia took 4 points off Cameroon. I feel worse now we didn't beat them in those bloody playoffs. Anyway, Namibia are all but there. They're all but there. It's a big ask for Burundi, but it's not impossible. If Burundi win, because Burundi have to play the last 2 games against both of these sides. Now, if Burundi were to win both games, Cameroon would not go to the AFCON. After making the World Cup, they wouldn't go to AFCON, which is quite extraordinary. They might change the manager. Of course, there's problems in goal with the Onana situation. We've not seen him in goal for a while. Good to see Namibia back at AFCON. It looks like they're nearly there. They're nearly there. They need Cameroon to beat Burundi, funnily enough. But if Burundi win both, Cameroon won't go to the tournament. That is embarrassing from Cameroon. Congratulations, though, to South Africa on their qualification. They beat Liberia away. It was a high-pressure game. Liberia really were up for it. They got the 2-0 to 2-2 last week. Not enough in this game. South Africa have officially qualified for the competition. Liberia have only one game left, and they can't match South Africa's head-to-head record, even if they were to beat the Moroccans, which ain't going to happen. Morocco will comfortably beat Liberia, I'm sure. So good to see South Africa back. They love their football in South Africa. Senegal, of course, there as well, with 12 points out of 12, like Algeria and Mozambique, failing to get anything in both games. Rwanda and Benin really failed to capitalise in this international break and really get something out of these fixtures, because once again, a draw between Rwanda and Benin. Not the start that Ghana Raw was looking for, but you have to say it's a poor quality group apart from Senegal, because Mozambique on 4, Rwanda on 3, Benin on 2. They're all in with a shout still with 2 games left. Any of these could still go. I still back Mozambique, but Benin are not. The problem is Mozambique don't have to play Senegal anymore. Rwanda and Benin both have to. Ghana Raw, could he do the magic? Could Rwanda be there? Could Rwanda be there? It's going to be a fascinating match day 5 and 6. Tanzania 0, Uganda 1. They basically just swapped places from the last fixture. That's tight. They're level on points. They have the same goals scored, goals against, and the same head-to-head record. They're both locked on 4 points. Tanzania and Uganda, it's probably going to come down to who loses to Algeria by the least number of goals. But could Niger sneak in? Because they've got their Algeria fixtures out of the way and they looked very, very organised. They've also scored more goals in this group than Tanzania and Uganda have. What a weird game. The lights went off for about 35 minutes and just a weird game. They've got to sort the floodlights out, man. Of course, Ivory Coast won 2-0 comfortably away to Comoros. Sangare and Kessié with the goals. It looks like the dream of Comoros is going to be over this time. Togo won, Burkina Faso won. Just shocking from Togo again. Haven't won a game in this group, and Burkina Faso have qualified as the group winners. Tunisia, we know, went to Libya and got the win. But for me, the most controversial refereeing performance was the Mauritania-DR Congo game. Now, after DR Congo comfortably won at home in the first fixture, they were 1-0 up in the away leg, and it was a very, very late game. It was past midnight, I think, the second half. Bakambu looks back in form. Weird red card. I think, if anything, Mauritania should have had a red card. Mauritania get back in it. I think DR Congo be annoyed with the refereeing there. I think they're hard done by. They should have got 2 wins out of 2 in this international break. They should be on 6 points out of 6. But considering they come into this break on no points, now they're on 4 and they're only 3 from the top, DR Congo will feel that against Sudan and against Gabon, with the quality they have, I still think, I've been saying it since match day 2, despite having no points from 2, now they've got 4 points from 4, I still think DRC are going to do it. It'd be a real shame if they don't. I still think they're going to do it. I still think they've got by far the most quality in this group. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.